Yo, what's up, boys? What's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing fucking amazing. So, today's story, I'm gonna tell you about, well, I guess one of my work experiences, and it was pretty fucking bad, I'm not gonna lie. So, it all started like a couple of years ago. I was working at this like firm where I don't know, I guess like you like fix stuff, like do basic repairs and stuff like that. And okay, we had this boss and he would like usually, want us to do like some extra stuff. And by extra stuff, I mean like I don't know, go to his like I don't know, like vacation home and I don't know, do something there in the sense of I don't know, like bring the cement, something like that, something weird. And at the time, I didn't find anything weird about that. I'll be honest. At the time, I was like, you know what? Sure. I mean, that's part of a job, right? Hold on, let me take my coffee break. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, everyone take your sip of your coffee if you're drinking something right now. But anyway, um, turns out I was wrong because you shouldn't do that. You should only do what's in your, well, like contract, I guess, or at least like what you signed up for. Because when I was originally like signing up for a job, it was it was so quick. It was like, hi, we need workers. And I was like, okay. And he's like, can you work tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? So it was that type of relationship, I guess. But yeah, I worked there for I guess 4 months, something like that. And yeah, it was bad. It was so abusive. It was like kind of abuse at work in a sense of you know, well, he wasn't my boss. He was like like he had a status, but he wasn't like a manager or nothing like that. But he was being such an ass. Like that one time, and everyone is like so up their ass. Like I'm not even joking about that. Uh, bro would literally, I mean, I know that's like funny and stuff, and you know what I mean, like, but come on, I'm at work trying to be professional, and this guy's rude and does this. Now, hear me out what this motherfucker does. This guy literally calls me, and I'm like, oh, well, can you wait? I'm kind of in the middle of something, I have my hands full, this and that. And he's like persistent. He's like, yeah, yeah, just come here, come here, come here. And I'm like, all right, so this must be urgent, I drop my shit. I go there, and this guy literally just looks at me and farts. And I'm not even kidding. That's literally what happened. And he would just, call me ugly names and shit because I guess he was insecure about himself and other stuff. And I'm not a guy to fight, I'm gonna be honest. You should always, avoid it like I did, for example. Because all of my coworkers are, I mean, were, because I don't work there anymore. Uh, we're kind of the same. Like they were all really like I wouldn't say not intelligent, but like you know what I mean. They were like not clear in the head. Like obviously, they were not normal. Something with their, I guess, morale or whatever the fuck it's called. Something was off, dude. Something was off, and you could like easily tell it. And since I was the newest there, and listen, I'm a pretty scrawny guy. I'm not built like a Greek god. I'm pretty fucking skinny. I guess, like I said, I would do the work that I not like even supposed to do. But like at some point you really get fed up, because you're not getting paid. Like every month I would get like I guess around 700 euros. Then that is horrible, just like it sounds. Yeah, I know. Like it wasn't even a I'm sorry. It wasn't even 1,000. All right, so that's pretty bad to begin with. But I was like, you know what, I really wanna try. I wanna give my best. And now the problem is when you wanna give your best, it's so bad to do so in like a toxic environment. Because nobody will appreciate it, nobody will even see it. Only thing that will see it is like your mistakes, your flaws, and everything else, which is like so bad. But like I said, uh, basically, this one time, I was kind of getting to my senses, in a sense like, hey, listen, if there's like four of you, like, I'm not doing like extra work while you two are like looking at me and like looking at me do stuff, you know what I mean? So I would just like go back and wait for my shift. I mean for our shift to end, since like it was near end of the shift, and I would literally like be on my phone, since it doesn't like I could like start doing something like freshly, repair something or something. But come on, dude, like it's literally about to close and we are supposed to be all outside, and I'm basically like it's that moment where like you're waiting, and those motherfuckers were so fucking pissed at me that like I didn't bring all the shit inside, since they were obviously here, and why would I be the only one that like does it? Like what, so they can like laugh at me? And you know what I mean? Like it's so like me telling this, it's like so bad, but that's literally what happened. Um, so so I was just sitting, I was on my phone, literally. I think I was just texting, nothing special. And oh, this guy like walks in, and he was like pissed. He was like calling me a pussy, reporting me, like my like manager was there, but like he didn't really care because obviously they were doing like fishy work. um and oh my god, I really want to get this straight. uh well, I think I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it, because yeah, even though shift was about to end, they were like, stop being on your phone, you gotta do the work. And I was literally like, no, like I'm not doing it. Like nobody's doing any work. Like you know what I mean? Like everybody's like chilling or like not here. Like nobody's doing work right now. Like you can literally see that nobody's doing work right now. And I guess I wasn't supposed to say that. All right. He was like really pissed. He was reporting me like to my manager and everything. And finally, like that minute passes, and we're like allowed, to go. Um, that guy literally. Okay, so it was like we were trying to go like through this doorway, and I wanted, obviously wanted to go home, and this guy just slides next to me and pushes me, like shoulder pushes me. And I'm like, whoa, all right, dude. What the hell? And I don't know. I guess he was just like joking with me or something. Like I didn't, you know. So what I did, I didn't like hit him. I basically what I did like is took my foot and kind of w- like I guess I would say slap his ass with my foot, like kick him, but like it wasn't a kick. It was more like you know, friendly kick. Like I obviously, bro, if I wanted to do damage, you know, I would do something else. But this was like literally playful, you know what I mean? And I kind of found it, appropriate since obviously all the stuff that has been done to me, like I think my stuff is like pretty harmless. And that guy's ego was fucked. He was like so pissed, and he literally went after me, tried to attack me. So I grabbed something off like off a table, just to protect me, and this guy literally jumps at me. Uh Fucking puts me on the floor and like starts beating me and being like, don't ever let this happen again, this and that, this and that. And dude, I was so pissed because I was literally the victim, kinda. I mean, probably not. Well, listen, well, if I was an asshole, feel free just to call me an asshole, you know what I mean? I really don't care. I know my worth, I know what I did, and I know what's right from wrong. And I spat in his face. I was so fucking done. I literally spit on his face, like he was on top of me on the floor. Like everybody was watching it, like him beating me up, and I was literally like, "Fuck it. If you kill me, you kill me." So I just spit on his face because I found it so disrespectful, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." And like some other like coworkers had to like intervene because obviously that guy would end me. And I fucking run, and that's it. I call my parents, tell them what happened. I'm in shock, dude. I'm shaking because I didn't even know. Like, come on, dude. I'm not violent at all. Like, I don't even swear at work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I was a guy that even, you know, like, I was so on like point and so like politically correct about everything about work. Except the only thing that wasn't is just me like uh kind of believing them in a sense like, oh yeah, like I should like totally go to this, my boss's house and do whatever he tells me there because he's my boss. Like, no, dude, no, you shouldn't, you know. Um so yeah, later I get a phone call. It's actually my boss, and he's like, listen, I heard what happened, and he basically fired me because his story was literally like, hey, ever since you started working, everybody's like basically putting all the blame on me, on his toxic environment of a workplace. You know what I mean? um I wanted to take revenge and everything. I didn't call the police because it just it just didn't, you know what I mean? Like they had cameras and I was even like, dude, check the cameras, come on. Like you would see that I literally did nothing wrong. And he just didn't care. He's like, listen man, I just don't care. Like he's been working with me for a while. You're a new here, you're obviously getting fired. And yeah, I just couldn't. And stuff like that is like so unmotivating. It's so unmotivating, and it's literally like, dude, come on. Come on, like what have I been working all this time for? Like for what? For like 600, 700 euros a month, paying rent and all that shit, trying to feed myself. Come on, boy. I don't know. I was just so pissed. I didn't like call anyone. I didn't call the call because even if they did have security cameras, you already know that shit's deleted. You already know like all the hard drive is wiped. They can literally just say, "Oh well, the cameras don't work." They never worked. You know what I mean? They weren't set up, even though of course they were. So I literally like couldn't do anything, and in my fence, I was the only guy. I mean, the only one. Everyone was against me because obviously nobody didn't want to lose the job. So yeah, that's kind of my story. My parents didn't do anything because they were like, "Well, this is your fault. You should do anything your boss tells you to do." You can literally tell that they're old. But yeah, I don't know, guys. The moral of the story is follow your morale. I don't even know what's it called, but you know what I mean. Follow what you think is right, and you know know what you have to do for work. Don't be in between. Because that's just horrible. When you go to work and you have no idea what's gonna happen, what you're gonna do if you're gonna. We were literally like one time we were literally like destroying a house, and like we are like the company that like fixes like lawn mowers. We were like destroying a house. Like it's I don't even know what to say, dude. Just this is why I found like jobs and all that so unmotivating. And hold on, a coffee break. Mm-mm-mm. And yeah, that's basically why I kind of wanna perhaps maybe focus on making vids. Not that I make money, but just to have, obviously, if I wanted, and even like the YouTubers that do it like so much better than me, and everyone, can barely, survive off it. But I want it to be like my escape/therapy that could possibly, generate me a couple of buccarinos. So I'm sorry this video was kind of long. I guess that I had that bottled up and I needed to get it out. So yeah, kind of trauma dump. Kind of trauma dump. Basically, I was beaten and got fired from my job because I don't know, I wanted to stand up for myself, literally. Um Thanks for watching if you watched that far. Really appreciate it. Um New videos soon. I hope. I really like making stories, especially the ones that are uncut. You can check it out on my YouTube. Make sure to like and sub. I really wanna do more. I just might as well, just stop this recording and do just another one, back to back. Because, dude, I have so many things I wanna like talk about. I wanna spill. It's incredible. It's just like so incredible, dude. But anyway, like I said, I already said it like goodbye 1,000 times, but right now it's for real. Hope you have a good day. Stay lifted, stay snazzy. I think that's X Kodak outro, but I don't care, dude. I'm feeling good. You should feel good. Staying sober. And yeah, peace and hair grease.